Alright. Hey, I'm Aqua or Aquarius of Fallen Snow if you don't know me. This is your first time to the channel. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Happy to have you here again. So it's been a while since I've done an episode like this, just a solo podcast episode, talking to you guys, kind of explaining where I'm at. In this one, I kind of want to talk about like the state of the channel and where we'll be heading in 2026. But I thought I'd do a video like this to let you guys know and kind of keep you guys included in the process. So if you're a subscriber of the channel, you've probably seen that I've been posting a lot of gaming content lately. If you've been around for a while, you probably know that this isn't the content I've always been posting. Back around this time last year or 2 years ago now, I think, I was posting more like theory videos, conspiracy theory videos, whatever you want to call them, and doing more spiritual videos. But not only did they not really get that much traction, it's also not really where my head's at the moment. I am trying to focus on music as the primary thing, and then work on YouTube as the secondary. And I'm kind of experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, what games people like to watch, or more what kind of content they want to see from me to go impart with the music that I make. You know what I mean? Because I always wanted my social media to be more like documenting my life, my experiences, what I create, all that kind of stuff. And I guess right now in my life, I am kind of in a middle stage where I'm waiting for music to drop. I have a new EP dropping on the 9th, which is in a week from when I'm recording this, so I'm excited about that. That project's gonna be more like jazzy, boom bap kind of style, like old school rap. I think there's one song that has auto-tune, but the rest just have a preset that doesn't have auto-tune on it, so it sounds more like crisp and clear. There's not as many layers in the vocals. But then after that drops on the 9th, I'm going to be dropping more like fun, auto-tune, experimental songs, where I've just been messing around trying to find more new era beats, more new jazz, hyper pop. Some artists, type beats that I've been looking up are like Xavier So Bass, Death to Ricky, Che. Sometimes I'll mix in some Blade. There's like a bunch of different like new generation artists I've been looking at beats from, and I've been doing good. I've been finding some good stuff, and I've been liking what I've been making, so I'm excited for the music to come. But I don't just want to drop it right when I make it, or I want to have proper like rollout for it, right? So I think it's going to be good to slowly release those, but I still might drop a song a week or every 2 weeks to try and stay consistent and give you guys new music more often than the EPs I have been doing in the past. And I don't know, I would kind of like to take my channel in a direction of playing more games, kind of mixing gaming and music content together. I don't mind still mixing in some more spiritual stuff and more like theory videos, but again, that's not necessarily where my mind's at right now, and I find that talking about that stuff, it's hard to find people who genuinely like want to listen to that kind of stuff as well as engage in the content or have the conversations themselves, you know what I mean? So that was kind of disappointing once I realized that with the older videos, but again, I don't mind making more in the future. It's just kind of when it feels right, you know? Recently, I did drop a numerology video, which was like a 10-minute breakdown video of the history and its influences, but even that didn't really perform too well. And I was even thinking about creating separate channels for different kinds of videos, but at the end of the day, I think I do just want to keep all the content that I create on my channel, or if it's a collab with another channel or YouTuber, content creator, artist, whoever it is, I would be okay with them putting it on their channel. But now even on YouTube, you can do the collaborator thing where you can set it to have multiple people who like created or uploaded the video kind of thing. So I don't mind doing that either. I would like to try and get back into podcasting, and I think this year I'm going to be talking to more artists, trying to do mini virtual studio sessions through Discord, and try to show you guys like more of the process of making the music and kind of the behind the scenes of like, you know, sometimes us artists just want to chill and talk. We're not always creating, but then most of the time it does kind of end up being that if we have ideas or we're talking back and forth with another artist. So stay on the lookout for that. I might even have more artists doing podcast episodes more like this, where it's one-on-one and I'm asking questions. I might do more like interview style videos. I always like doing those, and I was kind of thinking about doing like a season 2 for the podcast, but I think I might just keep going with the episodes, kind of like Joe Rogan or other podcasts where they just keep putting the episodes out. Like one podcast I tune into sometimes because it's just easy to listen to is The Basement Yard, and it looks like they're around 540 for episodes right now, so it would be cool to get the numbers up like that. But yeah, one thing I will kind of say, going back to like the spiritual stuff and the becoming more awakened, as they call it, is that I really did get illusioned with like politics, jobs, money, kind of the system or the world as a whole. I don't want to go into it too much in here, but I don't know. I do want to get back to working eventually or making money, but if I could make money from the YouTube videos and the content that I create, the music, different art pieces, I would much rather do that for a living than anything else. So that's kind of one of the reasons I've been going so hard with the music and YouTube, is trying to build that up and make this profitable, not only to take care of myself, but like I was saying in one or two videos recently, I would like to be able to take care of my family, not only be able to take care of my own bills and stuff, but then if I can retire my parents early, if I can take care of them, set them up, take care of their insurance on their house and their car, let them take vacations, whatever it is, that would be like the end goal for me. If I could do that with YouTube and music, I feel like I've accomplished my goal with it, but then obviously I would keep going and just try to be creative with it and see how I can expand even further. But my end goal with music and YouTube content creation, or being able to make money from what I create, has always been to take care of my parents, make sure that I can sustain myself, of course, but then have so much extra that I can just take care of my parents and my extended family, let us be able to take like more vacations together, because my dad's side of the family is over in France, so it's a bit of a ways away, and with how plane ticket prices have been going lately, it's not cheap, you know what I mean? I don't know, if my parents one day said, oh yeah, we'd like to move over to France to be closer to the family, yeah, I'd even love to be able to help them buy a house where they want over there, but, you know, these things take time. Like I said in my numerology video, I think 2026 is the perfect time to start new endeavors and try to put a lot of energy into projects, and this is the project that I want to put a lot of energy into. Not only creating, being able to make content, but then also build the community, connect with you guys, and all that kind of stuff. It does kind of suck too. One other thing I'll say on the being disillusioned with the world is that I feel like money and capitalism really kills creativity. And I think that's one of the beautiful parts about making music and YouTube and content creation, is that, yeah, sure, it can make you money and you can monetize it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like this is one of the easier ways to express yourself and be able to make art or content focused on creativity, I guess, without being too weighed down by the system as a whole or trying to balance it with a part-time or full-time job, because then you have a lot less time to focus on your craft and your creativity, right? But again, that comes with time, building a community, being able to kind of work together to make that goal possible. If you guys are willing to help me get there, then I would be more than happy to keep creating for you guys and hopefully be able to do some sort of like art giveaways in the future, or different like events to bring the community together, or I don't know, as much as I want to focus on my creativity, I also want to embrace and focus on other people's creativity. I want to help everybody grow, like a genuine community. I saw a story post this morning on Instagram where somebody reposted a picture of, it's a guy at the top of a wall reaching his arm down, and there's an arm at the bottom reaching up to it, and the caption was, the only time you should be looking down on your bro is when you're trying to help him up. And I feel that 100%, man. Like, if I could start or join a Discord in the future where there's a bunch of artists and we're all on the same page and we're all genuine, we're all about the natural growth and grind, then yeah, I got no problem helping them out, reposting, liking, sharing, whatever it is, like, because that stuff doesn't cost anything to do, right? Well, and that's another reason I like the content creation and being able to be creative, is that I can just post videos or music, and if you guys don't have time, it's no pressure. You don't have to watch it right then or engage with it right then, but it's there in the future if you want to go back, look through the videos or my music catalog, whatever it is. Again, I'm trying to document my life and the time as it goes, but then whenever you guys have time, you can put a little bit towards that and it helps out and it doesn't cost any money, right? I guess the power and the internet bills do cost money, but if we can be creative and work together, hopefully we can take care of that kind of stuff in the future too. You know what I mean? Also, I should say another big reason I've been gaming and inside so much you haven't been seeing as many vlogs is because I'm up in Quebec, Canada, and just looking out my window right now, there's a giant snowdrift that's blocking like half the light coming in. So obviously winters up here are pretty brutal. You can get a lot of snow and they can be pretty cold, so you don't really spend too much time outside. But then once the springtime hits, the snow starts melting and it starts warming up and the garden starts growing. Because we have a huge garden in this house from the previous people that owned it and that kind of let it get out of hand, we're going to have a lot of weeding to do, a lot of cleaning up. So I'm going to be trying to make vlogs of that and kind of mix in some different style content based on the season. You know what I mean? That's also kind of why I did the food or cooking vlog more recently, turning the smoked chickens into like ready to go meal bags with the food saver, which is like a machine that takes the air out of the bags and seals them. Like, not only do we do that pretty often with the food prep, we do that anyways, but then because it's winter, I have more time inside to focus on that kind of stuff and making videos of it. Whereas in the summer, if I'm outside in the garden for a few hours a day, I might not have as much energy to put towards making a video about the food stuff when I spent the energy making the video about outside. You know what I mean? And another point about like the money and capitalism kind of killing creativity, it's super obvious and easy to see in the brutalist architecture we have nowadays and fast fashion. I feel like those are two of the main ones where you see this really being a problem, where if we prioritize the profits and the capital of whatever's being built or created instead of the actual creativity of making it, it doesn't work. Then you get all these tall gray buildings that are mostly like concrete and glass, or you get fast fashion where it's turning over so quick there's really like no style anymore and everybody's wearing like the same type of stuff. It's all different brands and cheaply made, and there's no like, I don't know, maybe people should think about it more like being a cartoon character where you have a few pieces of good clothing and yeah, people are gonna see you in those clothes a lot, but then that kind of becomes part of your character. You know what I mean? I thought like this for a while now, but I feel like I think about fashion like anime, where most background characters just wear the same thing or they're not like popping in any way, but then the main characters or the people you focus on always have some sort of drip or some sort of like iconic style that makes them easy to pick out. Like even if you just saw the silhouette, you could still pick out like, oh, that's that part of their outfit or that's their like iconic weapon or something like that. But I feel like it's all the same idea of like being unique and finding what you like and what makes you unique. You know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of goals for the future, I feel like it really is just keep making content, making more and better content, trying to do different things but also stay consistent with the uploads, trying to build up the community, hopefully get monetized sooner than later, but I don't want to make that the priority necessarily. That's just going to be kind of one of the added bonuses later down the line. And then kind of experiment with different kind of content. And in the same way I think about my music, kind of just building the catalog and being consistent with it so that I can look back in a few years and go, oh yeah, I was really grinding at that point, and then hopefully it'll pay off and it'll show in the future. Like Warren Buffett says, invest in yourself and you'll never go wrong. Because if you truly believe in what you're doing, you're the first person and then other people will see that and it should start catching on. But yeah, that's more or less all I wanted to talk about right now. Kind of trying to let you guys know to just bear with me. If you're not seeing the content you like, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get that out to you. But then it also might take a little bit of time for me to get there, depending on the seasons or the weather, or even just what's going on in life at home, you know? Sometimes I might be distracted, sometimes I might not have the most energy, but I'm gonna try and stay consistent for you guys, and we're gonna keep trying to grow through 26. I think I got a good feeling. I think this is going to be the start of some good stuff. Hopefully big growth this year, next year, and the years to come. And hopefully this will help me stay consistent into the future as well. Eventually I would also like to get a stronger PC so I can play more games. Right now I've just been doing CarX, Hearthstone, and Terraria are like the main 3 games. But I would love to expand it out into first-person shooters. If I could get back into Fortnite, that'd be sick, because I was loving no builds for a good minute. Or even just bigger, like, open-world games, like Elden Rings I was really wanting to try. And different, like, MMO RPG stuff. I would love to play more GTA. Even hopping on 5M doing roleplay would be sick, but again, I need a bit of a stronger PC. And if I am able to monetize the content in the future, then that's going to be one of the first things I prioritize, is getting a gaming PC. And like a better webcam would probably help too, because as you can see, this one is a little bit laggy. Like if I hold my hands up, this should be a bit better. But then if I go back to this, or it doesn't have as much, like, I don't know, maybe it's the light that reflects into it. Maybe it's not bright enough, even though I try to have the lights on in here, but yeah. I think this is a good place to put it down for now. If you guys have any ideas for the future of the channel, or there's stuff that you want to see, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to take the ideas into consideration and try to implement them in the channel. Because like I said, we're trying to build a community, and if the community has ideas of how to make it better for the community, let's do it. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to show some love. It would be greatly appreciated. And subscribe, because I've been trying to stay on daily uploads lately, so there's no lack of content, you know what I mean? I think I've yapped long enough. I'll leave it here for now, but like I say at the end of all my videos, I love you, stay safe, good luck, and take it easy.